I'm going to do that thing again when I'm surprised I'm live. Yeah, yeah, big red button again. It's all right. So, hello everybody. I'll just kind of keep babbling on like I normally do until a few more people join because it's literally just gone past 1. I don't know how everyone else is doing, but outside looks pretty grim. I've had to shine a big lamp right near my face because it's very dark outside. The heavens have opened, there's thunder, lightning, everything. So if you hear a big bang, I'm okay. It's just thunder. But thunder and storms mean that, farms get watered, it's all good. It's all good. I am waffling like normal. So as per usual, whether you're a first time watcher, if you are you've seen a few before, or you've never seen anything like this before, then please do comment. Whether you are watching on Facebook or YouTube, do comment, introduce yourself. It would be really interesting to see how you found out about us, whether it was through a friend, it was through an email, or you happen to come across someone's Twitter account or something like that. Or if you're particularly interested about what we're going to be talking about today, which I'll talk about a little bit later. But yeah, carry on. I can already see so many people saying hi. Hi, Neris. Hello. Oh, just too many people to say hello to. But do introduce yourself because I'd love to hear about how you're doing. Because this is, a bit of a weird time for everybody, whether you are furloughed, whether you are 10 times busier than you normally are, whether you're homeschooling, taking care of other people. This is kind of a safe space for everybody to talk about what we all have in common, which is hopefully to kind of fight for a better future for young people. So do keep commenting, do keep sharing where you're listening from or watching from, and I will get on with it. So I think it's the 11th installment of the virtual coffee and chat with me, Anna. If you haven't heard of me before, talking like I'm a celebrity, that's very embarrassing. I work in fundraising and marketing for the Children's Society. So we do these sessions to kind of keep you guys, whether you're a supporter, you've never heard of us before, you work with us, keep you up to date on how we're continuing through this pandemic to work with young people and children. And just a really general, interesting chat with a few guests. So do continue to let us know what topics you want us to talk about, because they're here for you. This isn't because I just like the sound of my own voice. My mum would tell you that I do like the sound of my own voice, but that's for another discussion. So do keep commenting and just letting us know what you want to hear about. So I'm not sure if you've caught last week, but we've been listening and we've desperately been trying to get more and more young people involved. So last week, I took a welcomed step back and let 17-year-old rising star Alicia take over, where she interviewed our CEO, Mark. So if you haven't caught that, then the video is still actually able, you still can watch that on whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, and you can catch that again. But to this week's show, I'm lucky enough to be joined by a really inspiring young person. Who's going to kind of talk to me about their hard work in honour of Refugee Week. So Refugee Week really celebrates the positive encounters between communities, helping everyone to learn from each other and ultimately promote a really good culture of welcome. However, Refugee Week also serves as a chance to shine a light on vital campaigning that is still left to do to make the UK a welcoming place. So that brings me to what I'm going to be chatting about today. So unaccompanied young people flee because of a large range of struggles and have already really difficult, hard journeys to arrive here. And not only are they facing struggles some of us would find hard to comprehend, But when they're here, they face even more significant barriers due to government policies and just lack of help, really. So I'm actually joined from a member of the Youth-Led Commission on Separation Children to talk about their campaign, which is fighting for life-changing support. So I'm going to please give a warm welcome to Musa. Hey.
Hello, and thank you very much for that wonderful introduction.
It's all right.
My name is Musa Nella. I am the former young trustee of the Children's Society. Well, interesting fact about me, I just finished my second year of my undergraduate law degree, and I can't wait to start my third and my final year, because that's the year that I'll apply for my postgraduate course, bar professional course with masters. And yeah, that's about me. Today, I'm here to talk about the distress signal campaign. Mm-hmm. And I am part of the Youth-Led Commission on Separated Children. And okay. It's great to be here with you today.
So just before you talked to Sam yesterday, I can't even, sometimes I'm late getting out of bed and I literally go from my bedroom to my living room. So I don't know how you're just, anybody who's doing an exam right now, that's incredible. So, and you've told me you think you're happy with your exam?
Well, it was not an easy exam. It was very hard. I had 3 hours and 30 minutes to answer 50 questions regarding any materials in immigration and asylum. And also I had to draft two letters. One was for a bail application for a client of mine, and the second one was a witness statement for my client to put it in the bundle for his court date. So it was hard, but I think I did well.
Well, that's all we get. That sounds pretty intense. So that you even completed it, well done. I mean, I can't wait to hear about when you get your exam results. But so you've mentioned why you're here talking to me today. So how did the group come about?
Yes, well, the way in 2018, the Children's Society published a report called Distress Signals about how separated children face mental health problems. One of the recommendations was to provide all separated children with an independent guardian. Some of us joined the launch in Parliament and felt inspired to start a campaign to make this a reality for all separated children. And that's how we created the Youth-Led Commission on Separated Children.
That's an amazing step. And I think it's so incredible and important that charities like the Children's Society are providing a platform for young people who have gone through this experience to chat about it and to also kind of drive the support behind it. So that's incredible, because I know you've made a film about their campaign. So there is a full-length clip which we will be posting later. But can you just introduce what the video is for?
Yes. Well, this film is to show our study visit to Scotland. And as I said, we went there to understand how these children and young people that come to Scotland are different from the unaccompanied that come to England. And we met with guardians, we met with young people, and also we met with a solicitor, and we found out about the positive impact it has. And we wanted to know how could we transfer this scheme to England and Wales, and that's how we prepared a video for you to watch and to understand why we did all of this.
Perfect. Well, that's a better introduction than I can ever give. So I'm just going to play the little clip, and then we can talk just to kind of introduce it, because I think the video is so powerful. Even though it's only 1 minute long, I've shown it to like a lot of my friends and family, and they felt inspired by it realistically. So I'm just going to put it on for everybody. So please do watch it, and we'll be back in 60 seconds.
A lot of young people, when they arrive, they struggle with mental health. I used to struggle with sleeping. Most of us, our journey to UK, it's very difficult.
Coming to a place you feel like you have rescue, or you have people who can support you, and people looking at you like you're lying or not believing what you're saying.
The whole system, it feels, to be honest, it feels overwhelming. Just want to be like in a safe country, in a safe environment.
That's someone's life you're playing with in your hands, you know. So it's good to have someone you really believe you can trust.
One of the reasons I want to do this research, I just want to know if I had a guardian, will it be different from the experience I had? I'm kind of getting emotional now.
I mean, I've watched that about 1 million times, and it's still so powerful. And I can already see loads of people are commenting saying how powerful it is. You've already kind of briefly mentioned about it was to document your time going to Glasgow, because like you mentioned, in Scotland and Northern Ireland, you're not fighting for this because young people are already given that legal guardian. So can you tell me a bit about what you learned from the whole experience, going to Glasgow, filming, etc.? What did you take from it?
Yes, for starter, for some of the young people, it was the first time leaving England, and we were all so excited. When we went there, first we met with the guardians to have a better understanding about their role. And they explained that our job is to tell to the young people that we are independent. We are not paid by social services or by the government, and that seemed to make young people feel more confident and trust them more. Then they explained that they tell to the young people that it is their right to claim asylum, and they are there to do their best to help them. They are the key person that introduced them to Scotland, to the government, and mostly it is because a young person in England and Wales, while they are claiming asylum, they go through different lawyers. Every time they have another lawyer, and they don't have someone to trust them with their case. They feel that they don't believe them, and they feel that they are not going to be able to claim asylum. But if you see from the social workers, some of their social workers are very kind and try to help them, and some of them don't have time or don't care. But most importantly, they don't know how to help them to claim asylum, because social workers' job is to provide accommodation and to provide them with the basic needs. But they don't understand the asylum process, and they don't understand what this young person is going through, how he's feeling, and that's why we found that in Scotland is completely different. We also met with young people, and we understood the difference. I mean, when I came in England, and I had been here just for 2 months, I didn't have any confidence, or I didn't know what I was doing. I hadn't even met my social worker at that time, and I was scared to go to home office, and I didn't have someone to come with me. And another person that had just come for 2 months in Scotland was so confident. He understood about asylum nearly as much as I do now. And because they had, we met with many young people that told us how important it is for them to have this guardian. And we were impressed that some of them called them as their mother, because that's how much they were caring about them. And also it was like they had an asylum teacher, and it was an amazing experience. And what doesn't happen to England is that they actually made the Home Office to go to the Scottish Refugee Council there to do the asylum interview, and where a young person can feel more confident that being with their guardian, being to the same place that they told to guardian in the that they want to claim asylum, and the Home Office had agreed to go with them, where here the young people in England go by themselves to the Home Office buildings and feel traumatized seeing all of these people in uniform. And we also, sorry.
Oh, no. I was just commenting on the fact, especially as you were talking about the Home Office, I think that's a really, really important point, that in the video, in the long video, you can, there's a section where you've just learned that that day, someone from the Home Office had come to the young person instead and offered, so not only do you automatically feel a bit more confident and a bit more comfortable, but you also feel like almost trusted and cared for because someone's next to you whilst you're going through that. And there was a young person mentioned that whenever they've gone to the Home Office, they get a really bad vibe. And I think the word was they felt hunted.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was kind of heart-wrenching, because most people who are watching this right now will never have to go through that. And I can only imagine that that's actually, not only do you have to go through so many processes, but to go to quite a negative environment to go through all those processes, that's so tough. And you also mentioned about how the social workers that are trying to help you guys, they don't know half the process. So how is a young person by themselves able to? Whereas in Scotland, Northern Ireland, there's that extra bit of support. And I thought that was really, really nice how you've seen that some people call those people mum and dads. Like, I think
it was really amazing to understand that if I would have had a guardian when I came in England and Wales, I would be in a better position now. Because the other day we also met a solicitor. We met Andrew, and he explained how a guardian would benefit in the legal terms, and explained that if they would have a guardian from the moment that they come in England and Wales, they would prepare their case better, because they would be able to tell to this guardian about why they flee their country, their journey to the UK, why they are here, and feel more confident, where if they don't have that person to trust, they will never be able to explain themselves first, and they will never be able to be confident to ask for the support that they need. And having a guardian doesn't just save time, also save money. Also, it saved this young person to go through the mental health crisis that they go through. And some did went through the asylum, and but most of the people didn't. And in England and case, most of the cases get rejected because they didn't believe young person what they are saying. But it's not that. It's because the young person didn't have the opportunity to explain themselves about what have been happening and why he fled his country.
I think that's so key as well, that it's not only just not knowing what the process is and stuff, but it's feeling comfortable enough. And there was in the clip as well, it spoke about how somebody, the guardian, doesn't explain something once, they continuously explain it. Because English is my first language. I don't understand half the things that go on when I like talking about bills, talking about like passport. I don't understand half the things that are going on. So if you've just gone through a traumatic experience and then you arrive in a country and you're going to have to relive everything again and again, especially as it was mentioned that Sometimes caseworkers change over. You have to explain the same thing to a solicitor over and over again because solicitors change. But I think this is really, really important because the Guardian provides them that extra bit of support that everybody deserves to have. And I know that you're fighting for this right now, but it's too late for you guys. How do you feel about that? Because you've already said that you were talking to somebody who's only been in the country for a few months and they've already got so much knowledge, so much confidence. And you were saying that you feel that if you had a guardian, you would feel the same. So why are you involved right now then? What difference would it make?
It is true. At the moment now, I have gone through asylum process and I don't need a guardian anymore. But I know that there are thousands of children and young people that are going at this moment through this process, and I don't want them to go through the same torture or same traumatic events that I went through. And I want them to have a person, a point of contact, or a key person that will take them and explain everything, tell them how they can get help, where they can get help, how to make things happen, because I don't want them to suffer anymore. Someone needs to stop this happening, because the person just came from another country, left because he couldn't live there anymore, and they come here because they want to find support, and there is this country of hope that they are looking for. And when they come, they relieve everything again because they don't have any help, they don't have any support, and they don't know how to. They already have gone through a horrible journey to come here, and when they come here, it's not better. It's actually getting worse for their mental health first, because they are tortured, and not just mental health, their physical health. They cannot. They don't have their right to go to education, and they don't have their right to. They don't know their rights to go to education. They don't know their rights to go to ask for help. They don't know. They are afraid to go to a police station or to go to ask for help, or also they are afraid to go to the Home Office because they feel that they are going to be deported if they go there and seek help.
Yeah, and I think it's incredible. I know that you, alongside your friends who are building this campaign, you've already gone through those stages, but you're doing this because you know that this is going to continuously be a problem. And I know you mentioned about not only, which is most importantly, is it going to save the trauma of young people? These are children we're talking about, but it also, the government, it saves the government thousands of pounds in the long run, thousands and thousands of pounds in the long run, because you don't have to they don't have to continuously pay for legal costs. They don't have to continuously pay for, all the court proceedings, the admin. I can imagine there's so much admin involved, and we all know admin's expensive, apparently. So I think it's incredible that it's not a done thing now, but it's because of you guys, you young people that is fighting for this, that we've brought you on here because we want to shout out about it, because it's silly. I think that's the nice way of putting it. And it's also so brave of you guys to put in all this time and effort and your voice to help the future of other young people. So how has this, going through this whole journey alongside in the Youth Commission, how do you feel right now? How has it changed your how has it changed you right now? What have you learned ultimately from everything?
Well, first, about your point about legal fees, it saves a lot of money, because if you had the opportunity to put your case all together in the first place, it saves money. You don't have to appeal. You can just go and get the status, and if you get the status, you can start your life as it was meant to be. You don't have to go through years of asylum. And for me, it changed for me personally, I spoke on Parliament on 2018, and
Wow.
I expressed how I felt about having this campaign, having about what I have gone through, and I don't want this to happen because, like me, there are thousands others. What was the question again? Sorry.
No,
Can you just?
yeah, no, that's fine. It's just about how you're feeling right now. What have you learned from the whole experience?
First, I have learned that we live in the United Kingdom, but we are not united all together. We are separated between Scotland and Northern Ireland and England and Wales. And this is very unfair. I have learned that if I had the opportunity and if I would have had a choice, I would have gone and live in Scotland because it would have saved me 4 years of trying to claim asylum, where in Scotland I would have had someone that will help me to go all of this through. But I also know that if I would have had the opportunity to do all of this again, I couldn't because it's just too much.
Mm-hmm. I think that's really important. Like, especially your comment that it helps people start their lives how it was meant to be. Young people are coming here to get a better future because they've had to leave behind atrocious situations. So they've come here, and we have this refugee week to celebrate communities coming together, etc. But how can communities come together if young people are restricted from starting their lives? And I think that's a really, really key thing, because before you're kind of halted learning more things, education, everything like that. And I mean, thank gosh that you had the strength to go through this, because now I'm going to be seeing you being fighting cases in the future. I mean, you're already fighting for young people, and I think that's more than most people can say, as similar to all of the other young people you're working with. What can people do right now?
Well, I would like to give an example. I was going through, I was at a law firm that every time I had a different solicitor, and I was getting enough because they had sent me to the Home Office alone. They hadn't prepared me a witness statement, and I didn't know how to put my case together. And I appealed. I was rejected on the fact that I wasn't cross-examined. And then I wanted to change my solicitor, but I was 18 and I didn't know how to. I didn't know what I was doing. So I went to the Children's Society and I asked for help. And I said, I want to change because they are not helping. And one of the member of the Children's Society searched for lawyers in Birmingham and found me 5 different law firms and she arranged in one day to go and to visit all of these law firms and I can talk to them about my case and then decide which one to choose to change. And if it wouldn't be for that person from the Children's Society, I don't think I would have been granted asylum, because I changed my law firm after that day. I put my case together, and 6 months later, I was granted asylum.
Wow.
So that's not an example how that member from the Children's Society staff did the job that a guardian, that would be the guardian's job. And that was a concrete example of myself.
Yeah. I mean, that is a journey in itself. I mean, if you didn't hear about the Children's Society, that next step of your life would have been halted almost. So I think that's really important that we talk about how the Children's Society does work with young people like you, but it's almost that shouldn't have to. You should be automatically given a guardianship to help you through those stages. So I know that there's a petition at the moment. What's that? Is that to help guardianship?
We are calling for the government to give to give an independent guardian to all separated children in England and Wales, and it would be and we are doing our best, but we cannot do it alone. That's why we created this petition, so we can ask other people to support us in their way. And the best way for people to support us is if they can sign this petition, and if they can share this petition with their families, their friends, the place that they work, and we can be a strong voice that will make this happen. And
I think I'll post about the petition later, but if somebody probably will put it in the comments anyway soon. But I know that especially during this week, it's important to shine a light on young people like you, leading the way to kind of show the government this is kind of what you should be doing. So I would just like to say thank you so much for taking some time out of your definitely busy schedule to talk to me, because I think without people like you, other kids won't have the same future. And I think especially right now, the world is almost becoming a smaller place, but we need to become, like you said, even though we say the United Kingdom, we're not really acting like it right now. And I think this is the time that, led by young people like you, that we all need to come together and think, this is not right. What can we do about it? And it's as simple as giving that extra support to young people. And that is what the Children's Society is fighting for. But it's always down to young people like you guys. So I just want to say a huge thank you on behalf of the whole of the Children's Society and the future, and on behalf of young people who are yet to make the difficult journey to the UK, because it's still going to happen. It's still a big problem. So I'd just like to say again, a huge thank you. People are saying already, thank you, Missa. Can't imagine what it's like. I hope change comes. It's heartbreaking. It's amazing to hear from you. It's like an inspirational young group of people.
It's not me. It's a teamwork. It's the young people leading this campaign, and we are acting as a team. We are not. I'm not acting alone. I have other young people, and we are trying to recruit as many as possible to join us because we believe we can do it, and we believe that with your support, we will be able to bring the guardians in England and Wales.
Well, everybody who's watching this right now, you know what you need to do. 1, you need to sign the petition. 2, you need to share this video to everybody, all of your friends and family, because we need to get these young people heard. And 3rd, and most importantly, reach out to your government, reach out, share things on Twitter, share the words, because without awareness, these things get lost. So I think we've run out of time, but we could talk for years and years about this. So thank you again so much for all of your time. And I will share the link later, but thank you from me. And see you everyone next week, where we have another exciting guest. I've every week got an exciting guest. Musa, thank you. And that is all from me today. So like I said, can you continue sharing this, because it's so important to get the word out. Not enough people know about this realistically, and we need that to change. So please do sign the petition and share, and take 8 minutes out of your busy day today and watch the video. I promise you, you will be inspired. Thank you, everybody. Bye.